Are there people in your life that are draining your energy? Are friends, family members, or even work friends sucking the life out of you? Are there people that you once tolerated or enjoyed being around? Are they no longer feeling in alignment with your soul? Is their energy starting to deplete you or drain you? Are their words no longer stuff that you actually like to listen to? You know, are you starting to feel that you don't fit in around these places anymore? A lot of the times on our spiritual journey, we're usually the only person on the journey of our friend group. So we kind of start to see the cracks in our world that we never saw before. And a lot of the time then, because we don't know how to set boundaries or we don't understand how to set boundaries, we end up putting all of our time and needs into these people to the detriment of our own health. This is why setting boundaries or walking away from people is so important. If they are no longer fitting into how you feel or fitting into, what you feel is good, then it's time to start questioning who you allow into your environment, what you allow into your environment. And it's time to start walking away or time to start setting boundaries. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach and I specialise in healing after narcissistic abuse. A lot of the time we put up with stuff that we shouldn't have to put up with. We've been taught, and I fucking hate this shit. I'm all for manners. I really am. It's always good to be kind. It's always good to be courteous. But if there's someone in your environment that is fucking sucking the life out of you, who is completely toxic, you have to learn when to put yourself first. You have to learn how to set a boundary. This is the thing, we've been taught, you have to put everyone else before yourself. And this is detrimental, because how are you supposed to be your best self for anyone if you keep giving and getting nothing in return? And I don't mean only give to receive. That is not what I mean. What I mean is, a lot of the times when we start to shine on our journey, we're pure souls. We're empaths. We feel energy more. But when we're unawakened, or when we're conditioned, or when we're still living in that matrix reality, that 3D reality, we don't understand the energy. So we might feel drained and tired around people, but we're not kind of saying, oh, I'm tired and drained because of these people. You're just saying, I'm having a tired day. I'm just tired. But when you start to wake up to the fact that you're actually receptive to this energy, whether it be people in your environment or just collective energy, you start to kind of go, okay, this isn't making me feel good. Why did my energy just drop all of a sudden? You start to question, why am I feeling so shitty around this person? And this is the thing, right? I'll describe some of the energies I felt around, say, my dad, for example. I had to walk away from him a couple of years ago. Negativity. Everything that came out of his mouth was negative. Bitching about people on the television, bitching about everyone. It's just fucking stop. Every time I hear something negative or low vibrational, it's like a punch to my inner child or something. I feel it within me. It's like this punch every time. Every time somebody says something negative, every time somebody gossips, every time somebody bitches about something, every time, even if somebody says, Jesus, the weather is miserable, it's like a punch to my internal system. It's like, ow, why are you being so negative? And this is the thing, don't get me wrong, I was the most pessimistic person you will ever meet. I had to train myself into positivity, really actually had to brainwash myself to be positive, because I had already been brainwashed into being negative. But as I started to do my healing, and as I started to evolve, ascend, and, awaken, the smallest bit of low vibrational energy starts just to fuck me up. And, I'm getting stronger now, so I'm able to protect myself against negative energy. But at the time, I had to walk away from a group of soul family. My best friends, I had to walk away from. I spent, and this is the thing, this is the confusing part of it. These people lifted me up. They filled me with joy. They were my people. And it got to the stage when I started giving up drinking, stopped partying, or, just wasn't into that scene of drinking anymore. And I started to feel so uncomfortable. You know, I used to look at my friends and go, I'm blessed, I'm so happy to be here. And it started to be like, oh my God, I don't feel like I fit here anymore. And that's heartbreaking, you know, and it took me a lot of warning signs and a lot of wake up calls to walk away from my friends. So, and when I actually came out of that, I was vulnerable again, and I ended up becoming codependent on my dad and doing too much for him. And I had set boundaries. You see, I had set boundaries with my dad in the past because of that low energy. And I only spent a certain amount of time with him. But because I forgot that, I remember actually fucking saying this, oh, his energy doesn't affect me anymore, I can spend more time with him. Biggest mistake, because I was already fucking sucked in. And this is what happened. Like, it got to the stage where I had rashes on my face due to stress. My immune system was gone to fuck. My mental health had deteriorated, and I had a fear-based entity attached to me. Entities can attach to you when your energy is gone, when your life force energy is depleted. And this is the thing. This is what energy vampires do. When we start to shine, when we start to rise in our journey, the ones that don't heal decide to get a metaphorical syringe and suck every bit of essence out of you, every bit of life force energy for themselves. And this is what you'll notice as well. You'll start to be around people and you'll start to see them being all hyper and full of beans and all, joys of life. And you'll start to be going, more and more drained and depleted. And you're like, why is he so energetic and why am I so tired? It's because they stole every little bit of your life force. That's fucking why. And that's the thing. You end up giving, and it's not even that you're giving anymore. You're not able to give anymore. Your fucking glass is fucking empty. And it got to the stage for me where my glass fucking shattered. You get me? How are you supposed to help anyone if your cup is empty? Right? Keep your cup full, you can help who you want. But if you keep being around this low vibrational energy, your your cup is going to empty and it's going to fucking shatter. This was me, right? This is what happens when you do not set the correct boundaries with people or walk away from certain people. Because my dad was a family member, it took me longer to walk away. We're told blood is thicker than water. We're told you can't walk away from family. They did this for you. They did that for you. If someone is fucking toxic, you do not have to be around that fucking energy. And that's a fucking fact. You know, and the real phrase, I've said this before and I'll say it again. Blood is not thicker than water. The water of the womb, damn it, I fucking know this phrase. The blood of the sorry, brain freeze. But anyway, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. This means that, this is actually the real phrase, blood is thicker than water is actually not the real phrase. The blood of the water is thicker than the water of the womb. The blood of the covenant. Fuck, I keep fucking up, sorry. My bad. So the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. This means that your chosen family, the people that the people that you have in your community are going to be there with you till the end. So what this means is that it doesn't matter who this person is, if they're your partner, if they're your best friend, if they're your family member, if they're a work colleague, it does not fucking matter. If this person or people are draining your fucking energy, get the fuck out. You know, don't let it get to the stage that I did. And with my friends, it was hard. And it was starting to come up in physical symptoms that my soul was trying to communicate to me through my body that this was no longer in alignment with my soul. I was getting disease in my tummy. I wasn't feeling well in their company. I was getting headaches and stuff like that around them as well. I wasn't feeling well. And it took me a long time to walk away because they were my life force, and then they turned out not to be. But to try and walk away from my dad, that was harder than anything because we're told you can't walk away from family. You have to give back. You have to do this. You have to do that. And I'm all for looking after people. This is my purpose. This is what I do. I will put anyone else before myself. Well, I stopped doing that because it was detrimental to my health. But because it was my dad, it took me longer to walk away and my health went to shit. I will describe it. My real self, the real Angela, was in this black glass box screaming at me to save her. But I couldn't hear her. She was voiceless because of the shit I had been through. And I knew if I didn't do something, I would have gone, I don't know where I would have gone. I was that close to disappearing completely. And I don't know how I mean that, but my soul was almost gone. My true essence was almost gone. And it took for, every time I was around my dad, we were in arguments again and again and again. It was fucking my energy up. It was fucking my health up. And I had to just walk away. And this is the thing with boundaries, right? You try to set boundaries with certain people, but if they're the energy vampires, they will retaliate. If this is the fucking thing, when your energy is being sucked out of you so much and you have no energy to give, they get angry. Your energy vampires get angry at you for not being able to give them what they're getting high off of. And that's it. And then you say, look, I need some space. I can't be around your energy. They accuse you of having a mental disorder. They accuse you of this and that and the other. They accuse you of being the bitch because you've chosen yourself. Because they can't siphon your energy anymore. And this is the fucked up fucking part of it, You know what I mean? And then this is the thing. If you try and set boundaries with somebody and they will not respect your boundaries, these are the exact people you need to walk away from. So don't let it get to as far as it did for me. It doesn't matter if they're fucking family. It doesn't matter if you've known them your whole life. I even had to walk away from a friend of mine who I'd known for over 20 years because of energy that I was feeling from her. Negative energy. Do you know what I mean? I had to walk away from everyone in my physical reality because of this shit, And it was fucking hard because I was left alone effectively. Of course, I still have a couple of, supports, that I speak to online. And I have great friends that, I don't even see in my physical reality, but I have great support network, thankfully, online. But I went from having so many people in my physical reality to having no one, having to walk away from family as well. And then I had to choose, not only had I to walk away from my dad, I had to choose to walk away from my brother as well because of the energy my dad was feeding to my brother about me. You know what I mean? And it's the hardest decision to make, but you have to choose yourself. How are you going to be of purpose or service to this fucking planet if you're giving all of your energy away to these negative energy vampires? And that's it. You're choosing to listen to this toxic stuff. You're choosing to be in an environment where these people speak the way they speak. And I know from my own experience that I used to be in that environment and I used to partake in that fucking shit. I used to probably be the gossiper with the people. You know what I mean? I used to probably say the stuff or at least nod to it. That makes me feel icky. To be around that kind of energy anymore just fucks me up. I was in another job back in 2022 and any job I've been in, I don't know how I survived it for so long, but people are constantly bitching. Stop fucking bitching, fucking hell, just because your life is so fucked up doesn't mean that you need to speak about someone else to make your life feel better. That is fucking disgusting. Do you know what I mean? So if you're allowing yourself to be in that energy of any kind, that's detrimental to your mental and physical health. So you need to set the boundaries there. You need to set boundaries within yourself to not be in that environment or to take certain steps to protect yourself from that energy. But it may actually mean that you will have to walk away from people. And that if you need to do that, you need to do that. You cannot help anyone if you cannot help yourself. If your cup is empty or shattered, you're fucked. You're not going to be able to help anyone. And you're just continuously just going to deplete and disappear eventually. So don't let it get that far. It doesn't matter if they're family, friends, or otherwise. If it's draining your fucking physical and mental health, ask yourself what you're fucking doing. Test your energy around the people in your environment. Do they make you feel good? Are their words hurting your soul? Start to understand what makes you feel good. Start to know when it's time to move on. You know what I mean? It took me a long time to make the decision to walk away from those friends. It took me longer to take the decision to walk away from my dad. And if I hadn't, If I hadn't, I still wonder, if I hadn't have made that hard decision, where would I be now? I certainly wouldn't be sitting in front of this camera. And I certainly wouldn't be happy and as healthy as I am now. I made the hardest decision in my life so that I could become my best self, so that I could help others and to be the best version of myself, to be of service to this planet. And I realise now that I had to do all that so as to become my best self. Because if we continue in those environments, we're just going to go back down. We're just going to be pulled back down. You know, put a good apple into a bowl of bad apples and that apple is going to fucking rot. Take yourself out of that bowl. Set those boundaries. Walk away. Blood is not thicker than water. The blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb. But also be careful of who you have in your environment as well, because sometimes our lifelong friends are not going to be the friends that we will end up with at the end, because we are probably the only ones on our spiritual journey going through this shit. So we have to learn when to walk away. We have to know when it is time to move on. They may have been part of your past. They may have been part of your history. They may have been part of your life up until now. But they cannot be a part of your future. You are destined for greatness. You are destined for more on this planet. You are destined for mission and purpose. Your healing is your responsibility. So choosing to be in these environments or not choosing is your responsibility. The hardest thing you will do is set those boundaries. But if you set the boundaries with the people in your environment and they retaliate, then that is your proof that you need to walk away completely. Because if you take away your energy from the people who are stealing it, they will retaliate. They will accuse you of being selfish. They will accuse you of having a mental disorder. They will accuse you of all sorts just so that they can regain your energy. You need to stand strong, and these are the people that you need to cut off completely. Do not let that shit into your environment. You do not need to be around toxic energy. You do not have a responsibility to be around toxic people just because they're fucking family or just because you've known them for a fucking certain amount of time. Your energy is your energy and it's your responsibility. You cannot be of service to this planet if you're not of service to yourself. So ask yourself, what do I need to look at in my environment? Do I need to set boundaries or do I need to walk away? Choose yourself. Choose your health and choose your life purpose. Because if you do not set these boundaries, you're going to stay stuck in that toxic energy and you will not be able to move forward on your path. So go for the path that's in alignment with your soul and cut out that toxic energy that is in your environment. Cut out those people, cut out those family members, cut out that energy. Don't listen to that toxic negative energy anymore because you don't have to. You can make that choice today to choose yourself. So no matter how hard it is, set those boundaries and walk away if need be. Learn when it is time to move on. So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a discovery call today, and I would love nothing more than to help you on your path.